benchmark tests. As I get it, maybe I get it wrongly, but if students if students do well on the test, the school gets more money. Funding is cut, and if students do poorly, the school's funding is cut. I don't know. It's very unfamiliar for me, this kind of benchmarking system. So I have no any idea about it right
Okay.
now.
Okay. So the first sentence that you said was good. We changed the pronoun and the verb. So you said, I think that it isn't fair. Um, but we were talking about the tests, so benchmark tests. So how would you change it isn't?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Yeah, so you said, I think it isn't fair, benchmark tests. We would want to use the plural pronoun and the plural verb for this case. How would you do that?
Mm, I don't quite get the question because voice is time to time.
Cutting out?
Yes, cutting out.
Okay. So can you now?
Yes, but
Yeah. Oh,
not very good.
okay, not very well. So you said, I'll type it in the chat box as well. I
Okay.
think that, benchmark tests, but we need to make this plural. So we need to make it plural. Gela. Does Can you hear
Yes,
me
yes,
still?
yes. I get it. I think that these benchmark tests are not fair.
Nice. Are not fair. Perfect. Good correction. So you could also say, I don't think that they are fair. But good. Really nice job. And it looks
Thank you.
like, yeah, you're welcome. Sorry about the connection issue. Gila, can you ask Maori the next question?
Okay, Maori, do these tests exist in your country?
Probably not, because a lot of people there have a short level in the school, in my opinion. Can you hear me? I don't know, because the connection is not so good to me. A lot of time it cut the voice. Can you hear me?
Joshua,
Hello? Can you hear me?
let us share the connection.
Okay.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, great.
Hey, sorry. I'm really, really sorry about that. So probably not because people. Um, yeah, hold on. Let me get the screen share up one more time. There it is. And Hori, can you repeat your answer?
Yes, of course. In my country, I think it doesn't have the test, because a lot of people have a short level in the school, in my opinion.
Okay, have a low level schooling.
Yes, low level.
Yeah, good, awesome. So don't think that my country has the tests because a lot of people have a low level of schooling. Good, really good answer. David, can you ask Gabby the next question? Sorry, David, can you hear me? Can you ask Abby the next question?
Oh yeah, sorry. My question is about. Okay. Do do these tests exist in your country?
Sorry, the next one.
Okay. Do they help or hurt schools and students?
Actually, it might hurt those schools at the beginning because they will cut out money of them. But after that, when they start doing it, I think there will be a good competition between schools. So each school will try to teach their students in a better way. So at the end, it will be good for both the schools and students.
Nice. Good for both. I think there would be a good. Yeah, I think that looks really great. Really nice pronunciation and good grammar, Abby. Okay, and does anybody have any questions on this page?
No question.
Good.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay. So let's start with Abby. What's your question?
What about the United States? Do they have these benchmark tests?
Yeah, so in the US, there are definitely certain years where students have to take
Okay.
benchmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, okay.
It's a good question, though. Perfect. And so did somebody else have a question?
Yeah, me, Joshua. What is benchmark?
Okay, so benchmark is a certain level that's expected. So benchmark is a level that is point of reference. Yeah, a benchmark, something like that for sure. So if you have a benchmark for where your diet should be, you have like a number of a weight that you're supposed to be by the end of the month. So if your year-long goal is to at the end of kilo. Does that make sense, David?
Yeah, but sometimes I can hear your voice like cutting a lot.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. Here, hold on.
I think when you type, we can hear you also.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to close some programs. It looks like my connection is good, but let's see if we can do this. Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, or maybe if you scroll down the internet, the thing in the above, like the pyramids, you down the things, maybe your connection could be better.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like my connection is really strong. At least what I see now. I don't know what else to do. I closed every other program that was running on my computer, so this should be a little bit better. But yeah, just let me know if there's still any problems, okay? Or if the problems continue, or if you can't hear. But hopefully it gets a little bit better. I've been working for the past couple of days, so. Okay, any other question, Paige? Okay, and so let's go to the next page. And so hopefully you guys can see this. And let's have David. Can you play the boy? And Amaury, can you play the little girl?
Teacher?
Yeah, so sorry. So Amaury, can you play the girl? And David, can you play the boy?
Yeah. Okay. Hey Susie, did you have any trouble with our math homework last night?
No. Why?
Oh, I thought a couple of these were tricky. Can I check my answers with you?
Okay.
Thanks. What did you get for question one?
7.
7? Good. That's what I got. And what did you get for question two?
Drop dead, Kelvin.
Nice. And Evie, I can't make the screen bigger, but I can put this on Google Drive. So I'm going to put the whole presentation on Google Drive, and so maybe you can download it from there. But I can't make the screen any bigger. So hold on 1 second. It'll take 30 seconds to
Teacher,
upload.
what does trick mean?
What does what mean? Tricky. Tricky.
Tricky.
So tricky is difficult. So it's something that's hard.
Okay. Thank you.
And drop dead.
What does drop dead mean?
Yeah. Hello.
Yella, where are you from? Hella, I don't know your name.
My name is Gela. Yes, yes. I'm from Georgia.
Ah, Georgia. And
Yes.
you, Abby?
Sorry?
And the Abby and the Dave?
Oh,
Saudi Arabia.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Yella, how long have you studied English?
I'm studying it from my school, and but I had a very large gap in my studying English. So intensively, I started to learn English 1 year ago.
Okay, that's great. I have a little time, but I'm try every time. Teacher, welcome.
Yep, thanks. Sorry. This is the first time this has actually happened. I feel really bad, guys. I'm sorry. Try to get this figured out by tomorrow. Okay, and Abby, Google Drive was not working very well. I can try it one more time, but it looks like the connection is a little slow. So hold on 1 second. Yep, it's going at least this time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, almost there.
Teacher, you
Okay.
made it. I think you made it bigger before you left.
Okay, so yeah, hopefully it's also in Google Drive now. But so there you go. And so let's try. Oh wow, that is much bigger. So yeah, and David, can you ask Abby the first question?
Sure. Abby, what do you think of these comics? What do you think of this comic? Yeah.
Just a moment, I have to read it because it was not that clear before.
Okay.
Sorry, I have question about last part of this comics. Can I ask?
Okay. Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, I have a question. What means drop dead? Drop dead. Calvin, drop dead.
Okay. So what does drop dead mean? And so drop dead is just saying like maybe it's hard to explain. Drop dead. It literally means to die, like go die. But it's a way of saying go away or stop annoying me. Does that answer your question? Oh, is
Yes,
it?
yes, yes. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and it looks like my connection is slow again. Um, again, very sorry. Okay, and Abby, what about the question? What do you think about this comic?
I think he was trying to get all the answers from his friend, right? Hello.
Hey guys. Okay, and so Abby, what do you think about the comic now that you've seen it? What do you think about the comic?
Yeah, I was saying that uh, one of them was trying to get the answers from his friend, right? By asking
Mm-hmm.
him about if he's to make sure about his answers, but I think he did not even do the homework before.
Yeah, probably not. Exactly. Good.
Yeah.
And Abby, uh, can you ask Gayla the next question?
Okay. Gela, have you ever done something like that?
I think I can't recall if I have done this kind of thing, but um, my
That's mean you have done
classmates.
it, right?
Sorry, sorry.
Maybe that's mean that you have done that before. That's why you do not remember.
Yes, usually some classmates were asking me. I want to say that I was like this girl, little girl.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
more like the girls. So usually my classmates asked me. Good.
Yes, yes.
What about you, Amori? Have you ever done something like this?
Um, Probably I were Calvin in that school. Give me
I
the
prob-
answer one. Give me the answer two.
yeah.
For example, depends the subject, the geography about geography because I don't know a lot of things about that.
Yeah, it was especially bad in math for me because we often had homework, just lots
No.
of lots of homework. And David, what about you? Do you remember anything like this when you were in school?
Yeah, when I was in school, it was like a joke. Maybe you can ask the nerd of the class, "Hey, buddy, can I compare my answer with you?" Like
Can
a
I check
joke.
really quick? Yeah, for sure. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay, hopefully not. And so let's go. David, can you read this paragraph?
Your voice is cooling again.
Yeah. Can you read the paragraph? Can you hear me now? I'm so sorry.
I can hear you, Peter.
Okay, well, that's good. David, can you read the paragraph? Okay, maybe Amori? Amori, can you try to read the paragraph?
In the United States and in the rest of the world, people are turning to alternative schools. People are
Educating.
educating themselves online, send their children to Montessori schools, or opting for private education,
Can you repeat private?
private.
Good. Opting for private education. Good. That sounded really good. Nice correction with educating. Oh, there should be a E at the end of themselves.
Okay.
So, spelled that wrong. Selves, like that. But good. Awesome. Amor, can you ask Abby the first question?
Okay, what do you think about alternative education?
I think it is something good, like these online classes, especially if you don't have you know if you do not I mean if you can't, for example, leave your home, or if you have a very long vacation and you're gonna just sit at home and you have a lot of free time and you want to improve yourself on something without leaving home, I think online classes is a very good choice for that. And we are now using internet for everything, so why we do not use the internet for something good, such as learning and education? And even
Nice.
children, they like to use their iPads and computer a lot of time. So maybe if you're gonna send them to school or an institute during their vacation, they will refuse. But if you're gonna, for example, if they will apply in such an online website, they will like it because they can still use their iPads and computers and sit at home. So I think it's
Awesome.
something good.
Okay, good. And Gela, what about you? What do you think? Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, I agree with Abby. She is absolutely right. I think that this kind of education actually is the future of educational system, because it gives opportunity to a lot of people who are not able to go out from their house, maybe because of some disability or something, because of their health problems. They are able to get education via internet and very useful websites such as, for example, your website. Uh, and yes, I think it's very useful.
Awesome. Great answer. Really good expressions. Nice job with your grammar. Your articles look really good. Your possessive pronouns, like there. And the subject verb agreement looks great. Really nice answer, both of you, Evie and Geda. Tony, welcome to class. Tony, how are you doing?
Hi,
Hi, Tony, where are you from and how are you doing?
I'm from Costa Rica.
Nice. Okay.
I'm here because I want to learn English with you.
Okay. Perfect. Welcome to class, Tony. Tony, we're close to
Thank you.
the end of class, so we've got about 15 minutes until we'll finish up. But yeah, welcome. Tony, can you read this question? Can you read the question? And Amaury, can you answer?
Okay, do you think that online education is a good option for young students?
Yes, I think it's good for young students because you can looking for a lot of question in the internet. For example, I'm learning English right now, and I think it's a good idea because I don't have a lot of time in my day. So I stay here right now because it's my time, my free time.
Nice. Okay. One of the things that I saw, you can look up a lot of questions on the internet. So we changed that preposition. So can you repeat that answer, Amaury, one more time?
Repeat my answer. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
don't. I
in the
didn't
chat
remember
box.
very well, but I try.
So,
Wow.
Amaury, yeah.
Yes, I think it's good for young students because you can look up a lot of question on the internet.
Yeah, good job. Nice work.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and Amaury, can you ask Abby then the last question?
Do you know any other types of alternative education?
Um, I think there is something self-education or self-teaching. When people, for example, read a book or just use a game for if if he's a kid, so he can learn by himself, whether by reading a book or by playing this type of game. So we can consider this as an alternative education.
Yeah, so learning by yourself is definitely a type of alternative education.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, reading books, playing games, definitely. That's definitely a different type of alternative education. Good, good answer. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions?
I have a question about the word meaning Montessori. It's some place, geographical place, Montessori school.
Yeah, so the meaning of the word Montessori.
Oh, I see.
Um, yeah, that's fine. So Montessori is actually a teacher's name. And so she designed a different way of teaching young students, and it's making them take more responsibility for their own education. So they plan what they want to do during the day, they have options, and they're a little bit more creative. So it's just a different way of educating young children in a Montessori school. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's really popular in the United States, in the US. But good. Okay, and any other questions on this page? Okay, good. Let's go to the next page. And Tony, can you read this quotation?
Okay. Education is the killing of the flame, not the feeling of a basil.
Yeah, this is difficult. Can you repeat vessel? Vessel?
Education is the education is the killing of the flame, no, not the feeling of of a basil.
Yes, close. Vessel. Can you repeat vessel?
Basil,
Vessel. Good. And then kindling. Kindling.
killing,
Close. Kindling.
kin, kindling,
Yeah, kindling. Kindling.
kindling, kindling,
Good. And I think that was good. Maybe education. Can you repeat education?
education.
Good. Education. Tony, can you ask? Well, actually, so can anybody tell us what this quotation means? Can anybody explain?
Uh,
I think it is a little money you needed to pay for something or for your I don't know. It's okay.
Close. Not quite. So kindling. Kindling is like the starting, or the sparking of a flame. Um, not the filling of a vessel. And a vessel is like a bowl or a cup. It's something, a liquid inside of, or something you put really anything inside of. You put any. Um, so does that help? Does anybody think that they know what that means, that quotation?
Quotation. I think quotation is when you save the money.
Okay.
When
Not,
you
not quite.
when
It's a little
you
bit different.
when you don't spend money in anything when you need a thing important thing, you go to the supermarket and spend the money in the necessary things, and then you need to do a quotation.
Can I try?
Okay. Yeah, go for it. So Tony, hold on one second, Gayla. Tony, I think that's close. Remember, quotation is como citación. So it's something that somebody said. But yeah, Gayla, what do you think it means?
I'm not quite sure about the exact meaning of this quotation, but as you explained the meaning of these words, kindling and flame, maybe it's about something that education must be linked to some passion, and it's like the fire, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job. Keep going. It's like a fire.
Yes, maybe if you want to get some education, you have to be passionate about it, and um, I don't know.
Okay, so it's not the filling of a vessel. Abby, what do you think that means? That it's not the filling of a vessel?
I think that if you keep filling the vessel, it will be, at a certain time it's gonna be full and you cannot put extra thing or filling it by extra anything. But for the kindling of a flame, I'm not sure if it's correct, but that's what I understood.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. That's what I would say. So you can fill up a vessel, but you can never really stop a fire. So there's a fire, will always
Yeah,
kind of grow and take more things in.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good, exactly. And so, Amaury and Tony, does that make sense? Does this quotation now make sense?
Yes, I understand the discussion about quotation, because quotation means when you, for example, if you are going to paint your house, you need to do a quotation, right?
Ah, close, not quite. Sorry, so let me explain to Tony in Spanish really quickly. Um, Entonces, Tony, en inglés, quotación es como decir citación. Entonces, algo que alguien dijo antes. No es como una estimación del precio de lo que vas a hacer. Como un... Sí, cuando vas al supermercado, tiene como el precio que puedes pagar. O estimación de cuánto va a costar pintar su casa. Esto
Okay,
es una expresión, un dicho que alguien dijo hace años y años y años acerca de la
uh,
educación.
okay,
Entonces es
okay,
como decir, la educación es empezar un fuego en vez de llenar una copa.
okay, ya
Okay,
entiendo.
okay, perfect. And
Thank-
sorry, Amaury, do you understand as well?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, it's a complicated one. This is really tricky. This is hard, but good. And so let's try the next one. This one's funny. And so, David, can you read this quotation?
Mhm. Education, the path from cookie ignorance to miserable uncertainty. Mark Twain.
Yeah. Can you repeat cocky?
Yeah, cocky.
Yeah, cocky. Ignorance to miserable. Can you repeat miserable?
Miserable.
Yeah, miserable. And So does anybody have any questions about the meaning of any of these words?
Yeah, fat, cocky, fat and
Okay.
cookie.
Cocky is self-assured. So really confident is cocky.
Okay, and fat.
Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, fat. The fat.
Okay. David, it sounds like you're breaking up again. Ebby, do you have any questions?
Yes, I did not get the quote, the meaning of the quote.
Okay. And Gayla, do you understand the meaning?
I think it's much more clear than the first one. I will try to explain. Uh, it's about real education, real deep knowledge. It's like the path from pride and a big-headed person to it's about if someone is really educated, he understands that he must not be very cocky and ignorance, and he must be very modest. Am I? Do I get it right? Have I
Yeah.
get it right?
Yeah.
Because any knowledge is perishable and uncertain. So in finally we understand that this is not forever.
Yeah. And so it's also kind of the point that if someone is very educated, he or she knows that he or she doesn't really know anything. So a very educated person knows they don't know a lot. But somebody who's uneducated is really confident that they know things. So they're cocky or self-assured, but they're also ignorant. And then somebody who knows things is really sad because they know that they don't know a lot of things. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Abby, do you understand?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. David, what about you? Do you understand? Or
Yes,
Amauri?
this,
Huh? Yeah, keep
this.
going.
No, no, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Amauri, do you understand?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Good. And Tony, what about you?
I so.
Okay. Um, so yeah, Tony, I can write in the chat box in Spanish what it means really quickly. So we'll go to the next page and I'll write in the chat box. Okay. And so can I have a volunteer to play the mother? Can we have a volunteer to play the mother?
I played the mother.
Okay. And what about the father? Can we have a volunteer for the father?
I will try if others don't want.
Okay. Okay, go for it. And so, mother, can you read your section? Can you read that section?
You want your children to enroll in an experimental school? They don't assign grades and they let the students choose what to study. Try to convince your husband that your children should attend this alternative school.
Okay. And father, can you read the father?
You don't want your kids to change schools. You think traditional schools are best. Convince your wife that this new school with no uh, curriculum and few rules will be a bad alternative for your kids.
Good. Can you repeat curriculum?
Curriculum.
Perfect. Nice job. And so unfortunately, we're out of time. Does anybody have any last questions on this page? Or any last questions?
No, teacher, thanks so much.
Okay, awesome. You're welcome, Amaury. And Tony, really quick to explain the last quotation. Es el camino de estar seguro, pero no saber absolutamente nada. Así es ser miserable, pero saber que no sabes nada. But yeah, good
Ok.
work. Okay,
Es
and
como,
yeah, bye guys.
es como engañarse uno mismo.
Sort of, yeah. So this first one is engañarse uno mismo, pero la
Ok.
segunda es como saber que ya no sabes nada, o
Ok.
saber suficientemente que sabes que no sabes. But good, really
Ah,
good work.
entiendo.
Okay, good. And again, really nice job in class. Hopefully I'll see you guys all again soon.
Ciao Joshua.
Bye.